Good day, everyone. I am Gaurav Dabas, BSc Clinical Research, 5th semester. Today, I will be presenting on microbiology biosafety levels, BSL facilities. So, the topics which I'm gonna cover today in my slides, these are the following. So, the contents will be first of all, introduction to biosafety level. Then I will move to the levels one by one, covering the laboratory practices, safety equipment, and facility construction under each level of biosafety facility. So first of all, let's understand but what is biosafety level, BSL. What is first of all we will be learning about what is biosafety. Biosafety is defined as the discipline addressing the safe handling and containment of infectious microorganisms and hazardous biological materials. A biosafety level or pathogen protection level, also known as pathogen protection level, is a set of biocontainment precautions required to isolate dangerous biological agents in an enclosed laboratory facility so that we can prevent any containment hazards, to prevent any resource from damaging. It can be human resource and our research material, etc. So the various levels under which biosafety lies are biosafety level 1, biosafety level 2, biosafety level 3, and the last one biosafety level 4. These are differentiated on the basis of level of hazard of the microorganism on which there is the work going on, the level of uh, we can say the level of hazard it can provide to the working resource. So this is the sign that we will usually see at every corner or any of the walls of a laboratory, or when we enter a laboratory we can see this sign on the door. It contains or it shows the admittance to authorized personnel only. It will contain which biosafety level is being organized in the laboratory, who is the responsible investigator, if is in case of any emergency, following is the contact, uh, carrying daytime or home phone. So it permits the authorization access to any person according to the responsible investigator. So now moving forward, we will discuss about the biosafety level 1. Biosafety level 1 labs are used to study infectious agents or toxins not known to consistently cause disease in healthy adult humans or animals. So workers follow basic safety procedures called standard microbial practices, as the infectious agents are not known to constantly cause any disease in biosafety level 1. So no special equipments or design features are required. So only standard engineering controls in BSN level 1 laboratories include easily clean surfaces that are able to withstand the basic chemicals used day by day in the industry. So some of the specific consideration according to the BSL-1 laboratory includes: first one, laboratory practices. Standard microbiological practices are followed, and work can be performed on an open lab bench, as the working microorganisms are not infectious. Safety equipment for the basic procedure, PPE, lab coats, gloves, eye protections are worn. What are the facility construction? What it all contains inside the laboratory of BSL-1 organization? A sink must be available for hand washing. The labs should have doors to separate the working space with the rest of the facility to differentiate the parts so that work can be organized and the utilization of the resources can be performed easily. The second one is the biosafety level 2. Biosafety level 2 laboratories are used to study moderate risk infectious agents or toxins that pose a moderate danger if accidentally inhaled, swallowed, or exposed to the skin. Design requirements for BSL-2 laboratories include hand washing sinks, eye washing stations, and doors that close and lock automatically. It also have access to equipment that can decontaminate laboratory waste. So major finding here in the biosafety level 2 is the decontamination of the laboratory waste. So for this purpose, it contains incinerator, autoclave, and another method of decontamination depending on the biological risk assessment. So moving forward, some of the considerations inside the BSL-2 facilities are laboratory practices. First of all, access to the laboratory is restricted. So there is restriction when work is being conducted inside the laboratory. Safety equipment, like as I previously stated in the BSL-1 facilities, appropriate PPEs worn, including lab coats and gloves, eye protection, and face shields. These are one of the mandatory things that is common to all four of the levels. All procedures that can cause infection from aerosols or splashes are performed within a biological safety cabinet. So, what is biological safety cabinet? It is one type of biocontainment equipment used in biological laboratories to provide personal, environmental, and product protection. Most BSCs use high efficiency particulate air, that is HEPA, in both the exhaust and supply system to prevent exposure to biohazards. Now, moving forward, an autoclave or an alternative method of decontamination is available, as is BSL-2 contaminated laboratories contain the infectious agents that we are working on. Then moving forward, facility construction. These contain the self-closing doors, a sink and eye wash are readily available. So now to come forward, biosafety level 3. Biosafety level 3 laboratories are used to study infectious agents or toxins that may be transmitted through the air and cause potentially lethal infection. For this purpose, some of the considerations that are mandatory to follow. These laboratories are designed to be easily decontaminated. As an additional safety measure, these laboratories must use controlled or directional airflow to ensure that air flows from non-laboratory areas into laboratory areas. So to prevent any contamination in the laboratory and non-laboratory areas, a directional airflow equipment is used. These labs must also be equipped to decontaminate laboratory waste using an incinerator, an autoclave, and another similar methods of decontamination. Other safety features include a requirement for entry through two self-closing interlock doors, sealed windows, floors and walls, and filtered ventilation systems. So, no, as stated in the previous slides, specific considerations for the BSL-3 facilities include an occupational health program exists for medical surveillance of laboratory workers. So to prevent the workers working in the laboratory from unexpected hazards, they are kept into medical surveillance. And day and time period to period, these are offered immunizations for infectious agents. Access to the laboratory is restricted and controlled at all times. Safety equipment. Lab appropriate PPE must be worn. All work with infectious agents or toxins must be performed with an appropriate biosafety cabinet. A hands-free sink and eye wash are available. Exhaust air cannot be recirculated. As BSL-3 facilities are constructed for the infectious agents that are dealing with, these can spread through air, water. So proper prevention measures should be taken off. Entrance to the lab is through two self-closing and interlock doors. So now we should discuss about biosafety level 4. Biosafety level 4 is the major one that are used to study infectious agents or toxins that pose a high risk of aerosol transmitted laboratory infections and life-threatening disease for which no vaccines or therapies are available. The laboratories incorporate all BSL-3 features as well as additional safety features. Access to BSL-4 laboratories is carefully controlled and requires significant training. Now the BSL-4, the major high risk of aerosol transmitted laboratory, is divided into two, cabinet laboratory and the suit laboratory. Now discussing one by one, cabinet laboratory all work with infectious agents or toxins is done in a class 3 biosafety cabinet. Now, biosafety cabinets are also divided on the basis of risk, that is class 1, 2, 3, and 4, with very carefully designed procedures to contain in potential contamination. Now, what is suit laboratory? Laboratory personnel are required to wear full body air supplied suits, which are the most sophisticated type of PPE. All personnel shower before exiting the laboratory and go through a series of procedures designed to fully decontaminate them before leaving. Now, special considerations under BSL-4 are they must change cloth before entering. Shower is must. Decontaminate all materials before exiting. Safety equipment, all work with infectious agents or toxins must be performed in a certified biosafety cabinet. This is must for work performed in the cabinet laboratory or while wearing a full body air supplied positive pressure suit. The laboratory is a separate building or in an isolated and restricted zone of the building. No movement should take place around the BSL-4 laboratory. Laboratory has dedicated supply and exhaust here as well as vacuum lines and decontamination system. Now here are some PETs, BSL-1, BSL-2, BSL-3 and BSL-4. These depict some kind of differences. Like in BSL-1, all work can be performed on upper benches. Now in BSL-2, there are some decontamination equipment like autoclave, incinerators, and to prevent and decontaminate the infectious materials. In BSL-3, now you can see two-way entering system like two-door facilities is available and air exhaust to prefer the air, directional flow of air to prevent the non-laboratory areas from contamination. In biosafety level 4 that possesses a high risk, it is compartmentalization into two safety cabinets and proper decontamination measures are also followed. Thanks a lot. Here I comes to the end of the PPT. I hope I have delivered all of the contents that I promised to do so. Thank you. Thank you all.